Hi everyone, and welcome again to my channel. Today it's new bike day for me, very exciting day. I've bought myself a Voodoo Zobop. It's a full suspension e-bike. I happened to sell my last Voodoo Bajango e-bike, which was a hardtail. The reason being it was a wee bit too big for me, so this time I've got an 18-inch frame on this particular bike, and I've been out and it did about 20 miles, so I'm just going to tell you about it now, so let's get into it. Thanks now. But I've put on a rear fender which was on my last bike. It's made by Two Peak, and I've also put on a Two Peak a small saddle bag there, along with I think it's called Hartford's lens lights. They were bought in Hartford's anyway, and they're really excellent. They're rechargeable. I've got one front and back, and I think they sell for about £20 or so. Also, I've changed the saddle on the bike. It's a Sealy Royale saddle. It's a gel saddle. Just a few wee minor changes, and on the bottom I've just put a water bottle and a pump. Just about the bike, I've done about 20 miles, and I just find it absolutely amazing, mainly for comfort, because the last time, as I say, I had a 21-inch bike and it was very, very uncomfortable. I just felt too high on it, but this bike seems to just fit me perfectly, so I'm very happy. The gearing on it, it's SRAM. It's an 11-speed gear system here, and it's 27.5-inch 2.8 Maxxis tyres on the bike. They're very, very chunky, as you can see. Now the heart of this bike, it's not a Bosch system, it's actually the Shimano system. It's the steps, and it's the e7000, this particular model. The motor is very, very quiet compared to Bosch, I think anyway. It's also lighter, it's about 2.8 kilograms. It's not a heavyweight bike. Now I'm going to actually show you how to clip in the battery on this bike. It's a wee bit different to the Bosch. It's a bit easier actually. It's not a clip in, it's an actual slide in. So there's a little groove at the back here where you actually just slip the battery in, and it just slides into place like that. So it's quite easy. Now the suspension on this bike, again, it's rock shocks, they're air shocks, and very, very comfortable shock absorbers, I've got to admit, at the front, and it's got a lockout system as well. And the other side, it's again, it's a lockout rock shock, and again, it's very, very comfortable. I'm going to take you just up to the cockpit here. Now I haven't switched the bike on. I'm going to do that when I take it out for a wee run and let you see it on the road. It's a very nice dash. It's got the wee step system there, which that's a control box. You can do various things with that. And over here you can swap to different modes by going up and down on this lever here. When I'm here, I'll just show you there's another thing here, and that's for the dropper post, which I didn't mention earlier. A very handy thing to have if you're a young lad, but unfortunately I'm on the old side and probably won't use that. So all in all, for the money, I would say I know it's expensive, but it's a very good bike. And the other thing I forgot to mention, I've also put over my other pedals from my old bike. It's the Boardman's here, the Boardman flat pedals, and I think they're a wee bit better than the standard Weglow ones. So we'll take the bike out for a wee spin and see what you think it feels like on the road, and I'll do some commentary when I'm there. Thanks now. I'm going to switch the bike on. I think you can just about see the step system coming on, and over here again to get it to eco mode. So that's the bike ready to go. And going along in eco, I would say it's quite a powerful sort of system, or it's factory set anyway to a very powerful system. I find in the really short time that I've had it, I've hardly been out of the eco mode. just going to dodge a few dog walkers out here in the park. And I'll stick it up to the trail mode here. Now this is us in trail. There's not much difference, I would say, in the way it's been factory set up between trail and eco. Now, an important thing when you stick it up onto boost mode and you're in a low gear, you find, okay, it takes off, but then there's a little bit of a drag and it feels like the bike's actually braking. And the reason for that is because it's in too high gear. When you go change down and you're in the small cog, then there's a big difference. It just wants to shoot away. So if you get the bike and you're worried about that, it's just because you're probably in a very high gear. And when you do change down, you could ride the boost all day basically and zoom along, but unfortunately you wouldn't get a lot of battery life on the boost. So I'm just going to stick it down back to trail and then down to eco again. It's a very smooth running bike. The bumps I've been over, I can hardly feel them, to be honest with you. I'm just going to show you the battery system on this, and I think we're at about 4 bars just now. I don't know if you can see it with the light here, but in the eco mode, as I say, you can change up to the trail, you can change up to the boost. Go back down to the eco mode. I think that's just an old Garmin that I stuck on there. I think something that I picked up for about £20 on eBay. I can't quite make up my mind what the colour of the bike is. Some people say it's orange. I would say it's more a metallic brown colour. So back on the bike. Filming here with my GoPro. Scenery roundabout here. So I hope you enjoyed this wee review, and if you did, I'd really be happy if you would subscribe to my channel. That would be fantastic. And even if you can't subscribe, if you could maybe like, that would be good. And again, we'll